Alright guys, so I'm outside right now. I'm trying to get my reptichip done just so I can get all my snakes and my lizard all set up. So as of right now, I think I'm doing this correctly. I had to figure out how to do this, but I was told it makes a ton, so I put it in this huge like 50 gallon, I don't even know what it is, 50 gallon tote, and I was told just to put it in here like this and then soak it with water, and then should break apart, and then let the water drain out, or just let it soak in there, and then you can put it in the snake's cages and it'll dry out from there. But it'll be pretty moist for a little bit, which is probably what I want, since I want the humidity in the snakes to be pretty high. And this little brick is supposed to make probably halfway up this tote. So I bought this off Amazon for 30 bucks. So I don't think it came from the exact warehouse. Some people were asking me if there were any bugs and stuff, but I think sitting in an Amazon warehouse with a ton of other products, not just this, I think it should be pretty good. So I got plenty of water in there, so I'll start breaking it apart, and then we'll see how this goes. It's pretty thick, really compacted together. Definitely will need some more after the first layer. I don't know how they get this so compacted together, but as I can see, this is definitely soaking up a ton of water. I'm worried that the more water I use, the more the tote's going to fill up, and it's just going to drench everything that I have in here. But it's extremely dry down on the inside, like right in the center. It's very, very, very dry. So I guess more water, the better. Now I could be doing this completely wrong, but I did watch a few videos and I went to their website to figure out how to do this the correct way. I mean, it's definitely breaking apart, but it's just so dry, it's ridiculous. Once you get it wet, it just crumbles apart pretty easily. It is kind of dusty, but it's not too bad. Definitely soaked up almost all the water at the bottom. You guys can see that brick pretty much filled up half of this big tote. I'm not sure how this is gonna do being this wet. So I don't think I'm gonna use all of this, so I might have made too much. So I don't want this to get moldy down in if I don't use all of it, just sitting in here. But I think it'll be but this stuff is definitely soaking up water like crazy. So I think as of right now, that's pretty good. I mean, that's almost halfway on that tote, and you know, out of that one brick for 30 bucks, unless you're going to like a hardware store and just getting regular mulch, you know, you can probably get regular coconut mulch. I don't know how ground up it is, but you can probably get a bag for $5 or $10, which might be the same as this. But if you're just going to a local pet store and just getting bags, there's no way you're gonna get this much for 30 bucks. But alright, I'll see you guys inside. And we're back in the snake room. This is where my Argentine bella was. Her cage was looking pretty gross. It absorbed a lot of the poop and pee, which is what it's supposed to do. And there's a big chunk right there, so it's still pretty wet. Going down into the middle of this tote. And I might use a lot more than I think I was going to use. Maybe not. Well, maybe. We'll see. Because this is kind of a lot in here right now. So that should be good for her. Not too much, not too little. A little bit so she can burrow if she wants to. I just fed her today. So I gotta be careful setting her back in here because I don't want to stress her out or have her regurgitate. I definitely don't want her to bite me because she could still be in a food response, but here she is. And she is very, very, very beautiful. And this is my Christmas tree tote, and they are pretty big. So she's definitely getting some length on her, which is what I really like. I'm gonna have to upgrade her water bowl because the one that I'm using now is too small, and when she tries to get in it, and for different reasons, for either in shed or just hanging out in the water, she dumps it. So that really does put a hindrance on the lifespan of this mulch, which I'll call it mulch. That's just what it is, bedding, either one. So now I'll put it in the BCIs, which I should have cleaned this out more first because there's poop and she just ate also, and I really don't want to get tagged by her. And my Argentine's hanging out trying to get out, but I'm gonna go ahead and put her lid on just so I don't have to chase her around or have to worry if she wants to escape. The one thing that I do hate about these Christmas tree totes is that these lids are snapping and they're long. The lids are long and the snaps on them are halfway decent, but doing that constantly might have some issues with them breaking. So I might do the anaconda first, just because it'll be a lot more simple And sorry guys, this is getting super shaky because I'm closing the legs on this bipod so I can put it actually in or up near her cage. And she did poop in her water, which she does consistently, which is, I don't mind her doing that at all. It's just anacondas are just messy in their water dishes, so that's going to be a challenge for me later in her life when she gets huge, and I'm going to have a huge water dish. I'm going to have some sort of way to filter it all out easily without hand scooping it. But if that's what I have to do, then I'm going to have to do that. It's not a huge deal. And I don't have a real scooper, so I'm just using whatever I got around the house, which is just my thing that I fill up to put water in their dishes. And I've noticed that the anacondas really likes to burrow, which I don't know if that's normal for an anaconda to do, but she definitely is interested in burying herself a lot. And now that she's been feeding on rats, she really hasn't struck at them. She just kind of like aggressively bites them. Makes me nervous sticking my hands in there. And I don't know why I get nervous around her, but I'm more nervous around her than any of my other boas. But maybe it's because of the stories that people say that they don't really give too much of a warning when they're gonna strike. And they can strike at any direction, front, sideways, upside down, without actually giving a real clear indication, because they don't have to put their necks like in an S formation to like a spring like other boas or other snakes do. They have some pretty good muscles at the back of their head where they can just reach out and touch you if they really want to. But I think that looks pretty good for her. I think she should be happy with that. And there she is, all in her glory and beautifulness. Now that she is on rats, like I said, she should be shedding here pretty good. I really haven't had a shed out of her since I bought her. A week after that I bought her, but again, for the people that have been watching my videos and the journey that I've been on with feeding her, you guys all know that the complications of her not wanting to eat, only taking quail, and then not taking anything at all, and then she finally decided that she wanted to eat. So after filling up the Christmas tree tote, another Christmas tree tote, we still have a lot left, but I really think once I put it in this guy's, or this girl's, I think the majority of it will be gone. I'm still not hard pressed on bedding. Over the last couple of years, I've mainly just had them on newspapers, or I just go into like Walmart or local grocery stores and I just ask if I could have all their old, just a stack of their old flyers, and they normally let me, which is super nice of them. And that way it's free and easy cleanup. Humidity's always been fine with me, but I have noticed a little bit of a difference in the snakes with the bedding. They kind of act different. They seem to be more alert. Their colors look brighter, but that just be in my brain and just be playing tricks on me. But I'm gonna clean this out because you guys don't want to see that. That's boring. And then I'll come back in with the final video of me setting this up. And we're back. Cleaned everything out. She's a little scared back there. She, like I said earlier in one of my videos, she went into blue a week ago and she hasn't shed out yet. So hopefully this helps. And got all of the bedding in here. So I did 1, I did 3, and I used a lot. There's still a lot left in here, and it's really soupy down at the bottom. But I would say that's pretty good. I could definitely do another cage with this. But I'm gonna put some of this in with the water dragon, and you can see how soupy and gross it is at the bottom. I may have done that wrong. I don't know. But if anybody uses reptichip, well, let me know. And that is it for now. So my snakes seem pretty content, pretty happy. We'll see what happens. So thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Comments, questions, anything, let me know. Appreciate it, guys. See ya.